Have you ever heard a story that sends a chill down your spine, one that makes you question the very line between the living and the dead? Tonight, we journey to a place shrouded in fear, a remote village where the setting sun signals the start of a nightly terror. Here, a legend is whispered in hushed tones, a tale of the old graveyard where the dead do not rest in peace. They talk. This is the story that brought a young, ambitious journalist named Arif Rahman to the village's doorstep. Skeptical but intrigued, he saw a career-defining story in the local folklore. The villagers warned him, their eyes wide with genuine fear, pleading with him not to venture out after dark. They spoke of the whispers, eerie voices that drift from the cemetery on the wind, a ghostly chorus of the departed. But Arif was a man of logic and facts, not folklore. He was determined to debunk the myth, to capture tangible proof, and expose the truth behind the whispering graves. He chose his moment carefully, a full moon night when the silver light would cast long dancing shadows across the tombstones. Armed with only his camera and a high-sensitivity voice recorder, he pushed open the creaking iron gate of the graveyard. An unnatural silence fell over the land, so profound it felt like a weight pressing down on him. The air was cold, still, and heavy with the scent of damp earth and decay. He began to walk, his footsteps the only sound breaking the oppressive quiet. He set up his equipment near the oldest part of the cemetery, where the tombstones were weathered and tilted, like crooked teeth in the jaw of the earth. He waited. 1 hour passed, then 2. Nothing, just the wind sighing through the ancient trees. Arif started to feel a pang of disappointment, a touch of embarrassment. Had he come all this way for a ghost story spun by superstitious villagers? He was about to pack up when he heard it, faint but unmistakable, a soft, airy whisper. Arif, Arif. His heart hammered against his ribs. It couldn't be. He scanned the darkness, but he was utterly alone. The voice came again, closer this time, a dry, rustling sound, like dead leaves skittering across pavement. It was his name, repeated over and over. He fumbled for his recorder, his hands trembling as he checked the levels. It was picking up the sound. He wasn't imagining it. Then more voices joined in, weaving around him, a cacophony of spectral whispers. They swirled in the air, cold spots brushing against his skin. "You shouldn't have come," one hissed. "You disturbed our rest," another rasped. Panic began to set in, a cold dread that seeped into his bones. He played back a few seconds of the recording. Through the static, a crystal-clear voice spoke, a voice that hadn't been there a moment ago. It said, "We've been waiting for you." Just then, a frigid wind shot up from the ground beneath his feet, making him stagger back. His flashlight beam cut through the darkness, landing on something that made his blood run cold. It was a patch of freshly turned earth, a new grave. Drawn by some unseen force, he stumbled towards it. His light fell upon the simple, newly carved headstone. The breath caught in his throat. The name etched into the stone was his own, Arif Rahman, and beneath it the dates, 1989, 2025. It was impossible. This was the year. He was standing before his own grave. As this horrifying realization crashed down on him, the whispers rose to a deafening crescendo, a unified, chilling chant that seemed to come from the very ground itself. "Welcome home." And then, absolute silence. The next morning, worried villagers found Arif's camera lying on the damp earth beside the freshly dug grave. He was gone. They checked the footage, hoping for a clue, for any sign of what had happened. But the camera had recorded nothing but darkness. The voice recorder, however, held one final, terrifying message. A single, ghostly sentence, clear as day, that would forever haunt the silent village. It said, "We are never gone." Thank you for joining me on this chilling tale. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next journey into the unknown. Stay safe, and whatever you do, listen closely to the whispers in the dark.